What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it's Black Friday. So huge shout out to anyone who's dealing with the craziness at retail. Believe me, I know. I worked at Walmart for several years in electronics during Black Friday and had to deal with, in many cases, the scum of the earth, literally fighting with each other for $19 DVD players. Now, that's a long time ago when I worked in electronics, but that's what the hot item was. $49 Westinghouse flat panel LCDs that would last a month and cheap DVD players. Well, last night, it was PlayStation 5 consoles. People literally setting up beds, tents, and more in front of GameStops, which had pathetically low quantities available. And this is a very frustrating thing that I want to talk more about because it's really, really a bummer to see. But you know who actually has stock on Black Friday? Displayed and announcing the Quartering collection. Yes, I actually have my own Displates now. Check it out. Little different of a sponsor announcement today. Yeah, it's for Displayed. Yeah, they have amazing high quality prints on metal that you can hang on your walls without putting any holes in. You can swap them in, you can swap them out. But today, as you can see behind me, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Quartering designs now on the site. This is really my first foray into merch, and to celebrate it, you can also save huge today. 34% off if you get 1 to 2 Displates, 38% off if you get 3 to 4, and 42% off if you get 5 or more. Now, this includes getting my designs as well as any other design on the website. There's a link in the pinned comment below that will take you to my page. You'll see a collection for the Quartering plus anything else you could ever think of. I'd love it if you picked up some Quartering displays along with other ones today. Make sure you take advantage of the sale before it's over. So hey, the discount applies to not just the Quartering collection, but Cyberpunk, Marvel, whatever you want. They make a great gift. And if you purchase a Quartering display, it goes directly to supporting the channel, so I hope you'll pick some up. This morning, I woke up to photographs of people with air mattresses sleeping in front of GameStops. People in line as early as 2 p.m. on Wednesday, camping out for the consoles. You can see long lines here, people waiting, and with most people having zero idea exactly what the capacity was. Now, there was some really cool, generators where people are playing video games. You see Matt Austin saying it's going to be worth it. People line up among the first outside of GameStop in Hartford when it opens at 7 a.m. They're looking to pick up the new hot console, PlayStation 5, though it's not clear how many units the store has. And this is where I've got a little something to say, all right? Listen, GameStop, you're playing with people's free time. I know that this is a thing. It creates buzz like this. You see photos like this all over the internet. But you know how many you have Wednesday when you leave. Why not post it? Why make these people sit out there all night long when you show up for work and you're like, there's actually 3 consoles available. I've stood in these lines before for Xbox 360s, and I remember an employee coming out saying they had 4, and people still stayed in line anyway. Now, I don't feel bad for them, but you see here, 8 gamers already standing in line at GameStop to buy a new PS5 or Xbox, which of course are super hot. But look at these pathetic quantities. Now, I will say, thank you to this GameStop who has said they have a whopping 2 PlayStation 5 consoles and 6 PlayStation X consoles. And they're only selling them in the $835 bundles. Now, they did the math after reading the sign, right? You have 2 and 6, and you have 10 people. Why wouldn't... I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're person number 9, you leave. I mean, what's your time worth? It's so weird. But you know what? Shout out to this actual location that listed their inventory, because it's absolutely disgusting to see how many of these places aren't. And they're just letting gamers sit outside all night long with zero actual chance. I just want everyone to love me like these guys love the PS5. They skipped Thanksgiving meal to camp outside Gamestop for 24 hours in Norfolk. They brought mattresses and bedding. Been here since 6 a.m. No sign exactly how many are available, or if any are even available at all. Now, this dude's first in line, this dude's second in line, probably going to get them. One guy told me he drove to 11 GameStops in Hampton Roads, and this was the shortest line. They're hoping for either the PS5 or the Series X when they open at 7 a.m. Friday. Now, many of these people may be just looking at it at making a quick $500 because ultimately they could throw it right on Amazon. So if you say, what's your time worth? Okay, you sleep outside for 12 hours, you make $500. To a lot of people, I mean, to most people, $40 an hour is a good paying gig. I'd be willing to bet a lot of these people are scalpers lining up in line. I mean, you see here, sleeping in line 24 hours outside of GameStop on a mattress, PS5 in hand. Now, why does he have two? That I don't know. This is just a bizarre photo. But again, why aren't these people giving some sort of actual numbers for people? Because it's so sad. You see Meyer actually having a queue, which is good. But Black Friday 2020, gamers desperate for PlayStation 5 form long lines. Hordes of gamers desperate to snag a PlayStation 5 poured into malls and shopping centers nationwide on Black Friday in hopes of snagging the elusive console. Shoppers lined outside stores overnight with the goal of being near the front of the line before the limited inventory of each store sold out. Since pre-orders went live in September, the PS5 has been all but impossible to find. One pair of shoppers set up folding chairs and dressed up mannequins to hold their spot, while another duo brought a TV video game console to pass the time. Another shopper wheeled a mattress and bedding to the entrance of Norfolk VA GameStop in first in line to score the $500 gaming system. At a Florida GameStop, one man had been seen in line since Wednesday. For most eager buyers, however, will have to wait likely for naught. Many stores received as few as 2 units, with Sony struggling to keep up with the monumental demand that has been fueled by gamers being stuck at home during the lockdowns. The official PlayStation Twitter account on Wednesday said the PS5 launch was the biggest console launch ever, calling demand unprecedented and promising more inventory by the end of the year. Sony has yet to release any official numbers on the PS5, which came almost 2 weeks ago, but the console has been consistently not been in stock at any retailer since its chaotic pre-order rollout in September, leading to impatient gamers coughing up thousands of dollars on eBay. Earlier this week, Sony Interactive Jim Ryan said in an interview that the next-gen gaming console is likely to see continued stock shortages, but that it hopes to have more in stores by the end of the year. This is sad for GameStop. I mean, if you only have 2 units, why? Why? Why are you letting these people sit in line and get their hopes up? It's bull. I mean, it's these people are supposed to care about gamers. Show up, put up a sign, how many you have so people can go home. Look, if you want to camp out all night long, that's fine. But at least let them know that they're going to get one. You have 30, 40, 50 people in line, and your store gets a pathetic 2 units. And then, you know what GameStop corporate's really doing? They're opening their employees up to get totally destroyed by these gamers because they're going to be mad that they slept out on the concrete all night long and your store had 2 freaking units available. Black Friday also had a new element to the struggle: physical sales. While most retailers have opted to do online-only sales with no in-store transactions happening, GameStop announced that it's recently have some PS5 and Xbox 5 units at retail locations. The supplies would be severely limited with only a handful of consoles in stock at any given location. Now, this does bring up the unique issue of, you know, I've complained, rightfully so I would have to say, if I do say so myself, about these game retailers sucking at preventing bots. But now, is it too much to ask that you just tell the 50 people waiting outside on freaking Thanksgiving that you only have 2 available and that they can all go home and maybe spend some time with their families? I mean, this is absurd. Beds in line. I've never had such a hard time giving someone $500 in my life. People are at Myers, early campers. The uninitiated, oh, tomorrow's Black Friday. Think you'll get a PS5? No. Me waiting for Meijer to drop PS5 just to inevitably miss out again. And how do I tell Meijer.com that I just want to look at rugs and I don't want to wait in line for a PS5? Now, of course, you have Meijer with a huge queue. The number of users ahead of line for you, million. 4 million. 4,136,000 people ahead of you in line. Are you and all of that to get one of their 4 PlayStations, or perhaps 4 Xbox Series X's. Your estimated wait time is more than 6 years. Now, this is probably photoshopped, but hilariously so. It's. I mean, yeah, if you stay in queue, you'll be the first to get the PlayStation 6. I mean, maybe it's real. These lines are absurd. Look, I understand that they're trying to keep up with the demand. Fine, but come on, guys. GameStop, Best Buy, you got to do better to protect your customers. Let them know what's available so they can go home maybe and sit in front of their computer and furiously refresh on your crappy website at least. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.